I would say chicken and
Can you cook? You plan to learn to cook? Good way to start. All right. Chest up. Shoulders back.
Yeah.
Quiet on set. Ladies and gentlemen, hello to everybody watching across the world. I'm Empress Golding and welcome to a special episode of Talk of Youth, where we seek out the finest that Jamaica has to offer. We have the greatest entertainers, the greatest food, the greatest country, the greatest athletes, the greatest of everything. And so today, you all know I love the youth, so I had to bring something special. And the special thing I'm bringing, the special somebody, is a man, a young man, by the name of Whisper, Dujuan Richards. He is one of Jamaica's top football players when we're looking at youth in football. Dijon, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm alive and well, sitting by the pool with a star in the making. It feels good. It feels good? So Whisper, they call you Whisper. Your name is Dujuan Richards. Tell me, where did Whisper come from?
I played for Abazu like when I was 9 years old and didn't start in the training. Didn't start and that's where I got my coach.
Why didn't you talk? You were shy?
Yeah, I was shy.
Are you still shy? You sure? You're not shy on the football field. But let's talk about football now. When did you first kick a ball? Do you remember when you started and who introduced you to the game?
I was thinking about it from a long time, but I started in football when I was in Port
Port Royal, Jamaica, one of Jamaica's great cities, where stars come from, like Whisper. But you were 4 years old. How does it start? Like you're in the backyard, you're on the street. What does football or soccer, as some of you would call it, in different countries across the world? What does football look like in Port Royal at 4? Like where you're playing? In the street, on the grass? Oh,
they were playing in grass, not the not full pitch, but like playing like corner. My family met us, so they did that corner league, so we go there and play.
let's talk about where you are now. You are dubbed the next big thing internationally. You're probably the top school football player right now, right? You're the goal scorer and you play for your team. Tell us about your school team.
I'm a sport team. People say it's only me, but I don't think it's only me. I think my players for the team they're good players, but I guess only me doing the work. So that's why.
Because they see you score. But I mean, for our international listeners, what is it like going to school and playing football? How does it work? How do you make the team? How do you train? And your school is Kingston College for international listeners. Yes.
Me from out Spain and came back to Jamaica and I called my coach and he was like, "Oh, you're here," and I was like, "I want to play," and he was like, "I thought you were leaving," and I said, "No, I'm coming."
Hold on, we're gonna pick that up. Put it on silent for me. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna start. Cut out the one about the team. Just make a note for me. I'm gonna start again and ask you to tell me about your school. And you say my school is Kingston College because people abroad won't know your school, for example. And then, yeah, stop. Pick up roll for me. And then what I want you to do is don't say people say it's me because I don't want anybody. I'm going to a PR manager. I don't want him to say it's me alone and they're saying, "Oh, what you mean me alone? Me a play too." Yeah, don't put that on camera. So we're going, right? I got you. So when I say tell me about the game, well, I go to Kingston College and I went away to Spain to do XYZ and then I came back now and the coach for the school said, "Come, let's play for the team," and that's how I'm on the team. And then we'll talk about the goals and then we're gonna start to talk about all of the plans and the dreams and some other technical. All right? Rolling, ready? So from a corner league in Port Royal, Whisper made it to his school team and he's doing a lot more. He also plays for the Phoenix Academy, so we're going to hear all about that. So tell me now, Whisper, When did you start playing for your high school? And tell us about your high school.
I think Kingston College. I went to Spain and I came back as a coach. Called me and told me that but I'm completely different. I was like, yes, for sure, that my school has been there from 7 years. So I went back to the train. That's how I made the team. So I went back on the train. I didn't know this performance. I didn't know it was going to be like that.
You didn't know you were going to be the top goal scorer and the top player on the team. Tell me about Spain. How does a young Jamaican footballer make it to Spain? Tell me about that journey and what happened in Spain. Craig Butler is the manager of the Phoenix Academy, a great academy. We've seen the likes of Leon Bailey and other stars make it out of this academy. Tell me how you met Craig Butler. How did you enter this academy?
I was going to a beach one day, going to a beach, and my cousin was like, oh, he started playing, and I was like, oh, you can play, bring him with you, and I was like, no, but I'm not going, nobody, my father was there, and my mother was there. I was like, no, and he was like, no, go with him, and called my father, and my father said, let him go, and I went. No, he asked me first if I wanted to go, and I said, yes, for sure.
And that's how you met. And then you joined the academy at home.
5 years, so like I think 12.
12 years old. What does that training look like, Whisper? And then tell me about the journey to Spain. What does the training look like? So a young budding footballer is like, yeah, I want to be like Whisper. Tell them the work that they have to put in. What does it look like? Wake up at 5 o'clock? Every morning? What time do you go to bed? 9 o'clock. Discipline, most nights. And when you wake up, what do you do first when you wake up? You know, use the bathroom, brush your teeth. Just straight up and out. 5 o'clock every morning? That's crazy.
And in the night, like 7 o'clock is.
So 5 o'clock you train, then you go to school. And then in the evening again.
No, after school I play cricket, and then after cricket.
What is hills? Up the hill. So you're constantly training for this. So Phoenix Academy now took you to Spain. Tell me about that experience. Where in Spain? I mean, a lot of young boys would dream to get on a plane and enter, you know what I mean, another country and experience what they love. Tell me about that.
I went to Real Sociedad for like it was a 2-week drive. I was performed, wasn't out in me, but all of us performed right there.
And you came back now, and the school said, hey, come let's play for the Jamaican League. Tell us about the Jamaican schoolboy tournaments and leagues. How many do we have, and what does it do for young youths like yourself?
It's a good prep for because I'm using to, it's a good prep for me. I don't know about others, but for me, it's a good prep for me. Like so while so I just have like background, a good motivation, that perfect future motivation.
Yeah, so where are you leaving to? This is 2022. Where are we going? You don't have to say it on camera. So we're going to wait and see where he ends up. Right, world? We're going to see where he ends up. He's not telling us the secret now, but we're going to look for him in the lights. However, Whisper, if a young person is an aspiring footballer, what would you say to them, right? You could give advice to a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old who wants to reach where you are, about to go international at 17. You're just 17? Yeah, what would you say to them?
Like, I would say work hard for that time because remember when you're 11, 12, you're running up, you're like, I don't think you can tire when you're 11, 12, so you can run. So with that running and energy, if you train hard with that same energy in the future, you'll be like a machine.
You are a machine. You've been kicking goals after goals after goals for your school team. I don't know how they would have done it without you, but tell me about this current 2022 season for you here in Jamaica. As you leave, what does it look like? I mean, tell us about your stats.
That's 29 goals, 19 or 18 assists.
actually like score? Like, what's your thing? What's it like for you? Like, how you feeling? What are you thinking when that goal hits?
I would feel the same, feel happy, no matter if it's like, let's say, if I'm playing against the hardest team, I would still be happy if I scored. And it's not the difference between when I scored against a bigger school and a smaller school, I feel the same.
Same way. And how you psych yourself up? Like, what's the mental preparation to get out there and play a match like that?
My father said me a speech every time before a game, and turn off the phone all the time.
That's serious. So tell me about your parents and the role that they play in your development and your success to date.
My father is a very big role in my life, and my mother played a very big role. I'm a little bit I can't do without my mother for too long.
Yeah. What's gonna happen when you go overseas? We're gonna have to take her with you. She's gotta come. Can I come too? I'll be your auntie for life. So when you go abroad now, you know, and you start playing, what are you concerned about? Do you have fears? Because it's a big thing to leave. And now you're going to buck up on players internationally who are at your level, who you probably never met here. So when you get there now and you're meeting top international players, are you ready? Because you've been the star here. Are you ready to get up there and show what you've got and stand on par with the rest of the world?
Yes, been doing that. I think Kyle was a professional player before game in college, so the way how he acted on the field.
Talking about Kyle Butler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leon as well.
Leon Bailey. So you played with them. So you played with the best
Yeah.
already. No fears? You're not afraid of anything? The cold, the food,
No.
the girls? Stay away from them girls. Business, you understand? All right, remember, Empress told you that. So we talked about your favorite food. What's your favorite song? Like, are you into music? Like, you know, when you you even have a downtime where you just chill? Or is it just football?
Yeah, I have time on other shit.
Yeah? And what do you like to do? Video games? Like what? What do 17-year-old boys play nowadays on the video? Oh, of course. All right, what about music? You have a favorite artist? Can you dance? Like not at all? So you can't? Can you cook? Can you dance? Can you sing? You can DJ?
No, like, sing other people.
Oh, you can sing other people's songs?
Yeah.
Like who? Give me a
I
piece.
listen to most African music.
Really? Okay. All right. Give me a piece, someone. Let's see the other side of Whisper. Hey, looks like my friend you sing. Remember, and Chris Gay. All my friends, you know, they have another hidden talent. Artists on the side. So yeah, maybe that's something after football.
Anyway, I'm going in music. It's always a producer.
Now, a little birdie told me that you have production blood. Meaning, I heard that your dad is a producer. So it's in the blood. You love music. Yeah. All right. So, Whisper, another thing we're going to do now is hit the ball field. I have some young youths coming, aspiring footballers. And so I want you to give them a little talk, a little reasoning. Mentorship begins here. So you have to give back, you know. You can't keep the knowledge to yourself.
Yeah.
So are you okay to sit with my son and some of your brothers and your brethren and hold a little reasoning and a little ball on the football field? Let's go do that. All right, let's go. All right. So we'll catch that. Excellent. I want you to tell me about your son. Tell me about who is he off the field?
He's a teenager, you know, everybody know that teenagers do, or teenager ball.
Don't start.
Pick up. Successful teenage footballer, Dujuan Whisper Richards, is his dad, Odile Richards. Let's hear from him about his son and his dreams for his son. Odile, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here and thank you
Yes.
for being a part of your son's career. Tell me a little bit about you as the dad. You know, who is Odile Richards?
Odile Richards is just a normal man. I'm into music, and I'm into football, right? So, being into both sports and music, that they always have a match over the decades.
Yes, they do. And a lot of Jamaican athletes end up going into music as their other passion. So tell me about your son. When was he born? Like, what was life like when you first saw him as a baby? Is he your eldest?
No, he's not my eldest.
He's not. Okay.
But he actually grew up with me, and he was a baby. I could always put it on TV on the English Premier League and leave him with his bottle, and he'd be quiet. I didn't take it as not that at the time. I was just thinking I'd just leave it and be able with his bottle, but not knowing that he was really interested in football there and then. But at 4 years old, when he started playing football, he didn't know what he was doing really, but he was just running down and kicking some ball because he has a big family. And both my side of the family and his mother's side is a big family. So there was a team in Port Royal at the corner leagues. They have like seaside beach. Individual parts in Port Royal would make a team and then they would keep a corner league. And in this corner league, he ended up playing with the seaside team because he's from the seaside area. And most of them were his cousins, his uncles. So he ended up playing and they keep on passing the ball to him.
At 4, he's playing with these big men.
Right. Well, it's under 15 because that's the biggest, that's the youngest league that he could play.
Okay.
It's either the senior league and then it's the under 15.
So he's 4 years old playing in an under 15 league.
Under 15.
Wow.
So, he didn't know what he was doing, as I said before, but, gradually keep on catching on. 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. But at 8 years old, he started doing some special stuff. He once showed me the ball because I used to play football at the time. And when I think I had it, he dragged it away from me. And I said, and I gave him again, and I said, do that again, and he did the same thing. And I was like, wait, you're not supposed to be doing that at this age. How come? So, I started watching him from that. And that very same corner league, he won that year, and he did something that I then picked up to say that this boy is different. I had an artist with me at the time, Iotane, he's a very good friend of mine, and he was there, and what he did, he flicked a player with one foot, and before the ball hit the ground, he volleyed it with the other foot. And then, like, Octane can say, wait, a FIFA, I don't see them thing upon enough. Who the little boy there? I'm going to say, Octane, you know my son? He say, you're from your son, man, you're too lie, man. You lie, son. I say, my son, for you, man. The man say, yo, take care of him. You know, says a different breed that. I say, yeah, but I have to be doing this. You know how many hours we do in the studio. You know how production goes. If we don't get the right take, we're not gonna leave. We can't leave. So he plays our part. He has to sleep in the studio at times. I have to leave my son down in the car at studio at times. There are times that we're at Queensville training that I'm acting at a little belly with him, and he used to say, yo, got to the bottom of the hill, leave some stones, and he had to run up and bring up all of those stones with him. So while he was training to lose that belly, Whisper was there training with him.
So he's been fit and talented from a young age, and you saw it.
Yeah.
What has the journey been like, and the sacrifices as a family, even for you? You must invest a lot of time, energy, and I'm sure money into his career. So how has that been for you?
We have supporting cast, we have family, we have friends that always give us good advice. We are surrounded with some good people. For that, we have to give God thanks and stay blessed with the blessing that God has given to us. Sacrifice, yes, there are sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices to God.
He said, Whisper said earlier, when I was sitting with him, that you send him motivational messages before every game. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I've been doing that since. These kids need it. They need to know what they're worth and their value. And I ask to know what he's thinking within himself. One thing I can tell you about my son, he listens, and that's the greatest part of him being my son. No matter what, he listens. And for me, listens, things will happen for him. But continue listening and greater things. He's supposed to be the better version of who I am at any given day. And for him to be a better version of me, he will be a better Jamaica for a better world.
Every parent is afraid for anything to happen to their child. What's your biggest fear with your son about to take on the international stage? Or should I say the international field?
The world is out there. We have to groom him as a professional. We tell him about the things that happen. We show him the things that happen prior, before him and other ballers and what can happen. You know, so we have to be like guiding and protecting. You know, he's just turned 17 and he's still a child. You know, he still has to come home for me to feed him and still pay his bills and all that.
Yeah.
But you know, we just have to groom him in the right way to make sure that he makes the right decision. He doesn't go anywhere, you know, he just goes to training. You know, so that's why we train so hard. So when you train so hard, he has no time but just to go to bed.
Yeah.
You're
Tired at the end of the night.
Tired, you're tired.
Bed at 9 and up at 5.
And then you know you gotta get up again and like, no, I can't face this.
Yeah.
Again, you know, God, I'm a bed. You know, I was so surprised when one night we were there reading about football, and he was like, you know, Daddy, what time? And I was like, 8:30. Daddy, we're gonna catch up on the reason later.
Gone in bed. Gone to bed. So he seems disciplined.
He has to be, because if you don't do that as a footballer, every footballer's greatest friend is rest. You have to rest, because when you work so hard, the body has to recuperate.
What do you love most about your son?
I love most that he listens.
There's a respect there.
Yeah, there's a level of always like, I have to listen to this guy. And, you know, I mean, I listen to my father. Up to today, saying it just because he's my father. And I have to show that respect. And I show that to my son as well.
He said he can't be away from his mom for too long. He's a real boy.
He's a baby.
He's a baby, right?
To his mother. He's a baby to his mother. So he always want to go back to his mother.
That's
Always
sweet.
wanna go back to her.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
But those are boys. That's how boys are. And I don't grudge him for being the love that he has for his mother. You know, my mother died when I was 6 years old. I mean, I was growing up with a stepmother and all that, but it's just not the same.
It's nothing like a mom.
Nothing like the same. So, you know, I love that he enjoys his mother company, and he has to do what he wants to please his mother. You know that his stats are almost identical, because as I said, soccer moms wanted to score goals.
Talk the truth. I'm one of them.
And I say to him, pass first.
That's what coach says.
Yes.
We're like, score, boy, kick the goal.
So I guess he wants to please both of us. So he scores for his man and then still pass for me.
I love it.
So that makes him who he is today.
Yeah. And, you know, he's about to go off in the world. You have a lot of options out there. Quickly tell us about the Phoenix Academy and how that has helped to shape him as a footballer.
Phoenix Academy has been the one that put him to where he is today. He was just a youth with talent, but you have to nurture that talent and groom that talent. And playing school football, there's not enough time, because only 3 months, that are 2 months in prep school, in high school, they're going to be playing for. But while you're in an academy situation, they can know you're different. They can know that you're weak on your right hand, you're not swinging your arms properly to run, or you're dropping flat on your heels to run, stuff like that. Your posture is right. You're not being the person you are to be. You're not speaking properly, stuff like that. Academy does all these stuff for you, and it helps you to become a better player and a better person going forward. And that's what helps Whisper the most. The good people who he has around him at Phoenix Academy, the Craig Butler, the Auntie Shelley, the Nicola Bignell, all these people are phenomenal people who we have around him. So if you want great things to happen, you have to surround yourself with great people.
That's so true. Imagine this is the big flight,
Yes.
and he's about to get on that plane.
Yes.
Say something to Whisper now. Right now, right there.
And you have to go out and do what you have to do. You understand? You choose to be a pro, and being a pro, you have to make mistakes. So go out and make your big move.
Woo! Yeah. From his team,
Yes.
and let's see what he has to say to the younger generation. Let's go kick, okay? Me and you go kick ball.
Okay.
Let's go to the ball field.
Here's a thing of dim sum. Come on, kick it the ball, man.
Who and arrow? It's back. Bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Bow and arrow.
Teacher, it's when I look about my fire, be a shot at school. Yeah. Chichala on YouTube. Smile, Chichala. Toussaint.
Oh, come on! Roger.
Even a sponge can't stop that.
More than pride. Take off your curse, Chichala.
The ball was so off! Because you don't know how hard. Bro, I defend every day, so don't talk. Against this man? No? Ah! Please! No, I don't want to die! Please! It's not time to die! Stand over! If he... Yeah! Fuck! We're all on anything! Stop!
So for them look when it's very tired. Yeah. Toussaint, now go look at that goal. Go hold the goal, man. Toussaint, go hold the goal, now. Go hold the goal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If it's
Up there, so better. Hold the goal, Toussaint. Push them a defender.
I'm not that guy. I'm perfect. 3 lines of defense. I mean 3 lines.
Go hold the goal, Toussaint, man.
He's on his right side. Keep it on his right side. Keep it on his right side. Yes. Go.
Toussaint, what that? No, go, what's in brother? Jim.
Question, Rashad.
How did you get so good as a striker?
I train hard when I was young, okay? Train hard. Because start up in the morning, wake up, and you train, then you go to school. After school, you train again, and then before you go home, you go to the hill, and that's all.
Thank you.
Action, puppy.
Who do you admire the most?
My football. Feelings are busy. My captain,
What's his name?
played by a four.
Jen.
Who is the toughest defender that you've gone against before? Toughest?
Play for Phoenix.
What's his name? Ruby?
Number 5 for Mona.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
All right.
What's your position?
Center defensive.
Okay, you.
Striker, left wing, center.
So, I have to go with you first. Striker, I would say. Yeah. Do you know what kid was? Like, purpose.
Not perfect.
That's the first thing you need to play. Because as a striker, they say, as a striker, you make bad passes look great. So, if a midfielder like him pass a ball and it's bad, you should make it look great. So, you get the bad ball and score, it would look great. You can understand? Yeah. So, I would say you have to learn, you have to work on a shooting. That's the first thing as a striker. And your movement off the ball. I was a striker once, but I switched position to wing. So, as you know, as a midfielder, I would say you have two touches midfield. Nobody told us? Most skill, yes. Two touch in midfield. You have to fit. Yes, you have to fit. You have to know if your coach say there's a danger man. So where you guys playing on Saturday?
Mona.
Yeah, so there's a player in Mona that is good, very good. That you know. Two. So you as a midfield, your coach will tell you that take that player. So you take him out of the game and you lock him down for the rest of the game. So you will be that player too. You have to fit for that. You have to be ready for the next generation. When you reach like my age now, 17, you would see the rough part of it. If I didn't train like when I was your age, it would be rough on me. Like when I used to I would be so good, I would be so fast. I would just be a regular player. But the training is very good. As I say, 5 o'clock in the morning, you get up and you do something like running or something. Nothing with something very hard. Running, and then you go to school. After school you train football, like football, and then in that you just finish off the day, 9 o'clock bedtime. That's me. That's how I depend about. And see, you have to be calm and see that you're calm. You can use both feet and so I don't really know much. I'm not gonna talk about like I don't really know about defense but I can play defense as well. But I don't really know about it because I don't look up about it, and when you look up about your main position, it makes you more comfortable at your position. So if you just play in this position and not knowing nothing about it, it will hard. But when you look about it and see other defender that playing professional, you will get a better I would say a better feeling around the back. Yes. That's what I have to say.
Love it. Go through.
you for the talk and really appreciate it.
Love it. All right. Hold on, Coach. Wait. Stay there. I want to get another one.
Turn, come on.
I would have put it on the box of. Oh, never mind. I might have my name on it. That's all. Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Especially, you should have put it on his back because Sterling and then Sterling and then.
Thank you, Empress. Appreciate it.